buying cheap Russian oil, keeping Putin's war machine going. We're trying to give the president the ability to make that a hard choice by tariffs.
An overnight Russian air assault on the wider Kyiv region on January 5 left at least 2 people dead, underscoring that Moscow's strikes on Ukrainian population centers are continuing into the new year. Footage from Kyiv showed a powerful explosion on the left bank of the capital, with flames and smoke billowing from the impact site, according to Reuters. Reuters reported that this appeared to be the first lethal Russian strike on Kyiv in 2026, marking a grim milestone so early in the year. Ukraine's State Emergency Service said the attack set a medical facility ablaze, forcing emergency crews to battle both fire and rubble. A privately owned medical center in the Obolonskyi district, with around 70 people inside at the time, was hit in the strike, leaving patients and staff scrambling for safety. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko later updated the public on the status of the injured, detailing those hospitalized and the severity of their wounds after the attack. Vitaly Klitschko said, quote, "Of the 26 patients in a private clinic in the Obolonskyi district, where injuries occurred as a result of a war attack, 16 were transported to a communal hospital. Hospital capital cities. Currently, according to medical information, there are 3 victims as a result of the attack. 2 of them were hospitalized in serious condition. Currently, 4 injured as a result of the attack are in a private medical institution in the capital. 2 of them are in a difficult situation. A man tried to get treatment in the hospital." Regional authorities said at least 7 private houses and 1 multi-story residential building were also damaged or hit in the wider Kyiv region during the barrage. Power outages were reported in the city of Slavodik, about 140 kilometers north of Kyiv, where parts of the grid went down following the strikes. Blasts were likewise reported in the Chernihiv and Zaporizhia regions, according to the Kyiv Independent, indicating a broad Russian strike package across Ukraine. The latest attack on Kyiv followed a similar Russian strike on the city of Kharkiv on January 2, which Ukrainian officials said killed and injured civilians. Moscow has portrayed the January 2 and subsequent strikes across Ukraine as revenge for what it calls terrorist attacks, including incidents it blames on Kyiv. Russian officials have suggested that these operations are meant to avenge an alleged Ukrainian drone strike on President Vladimir Putin's residence on December 28, a claim Ukraine has denied. All of this has unfolded just as Donald Trump shocked the world by launching a surprise operation in Venezuela on January 3, capturing President Nicolás Maduro in a high-risk raid. Amid boasting about the Venezuela operation, Trump was also pressed by reporters on what deadline he envisions for ending the war in Ukraine, tying U.S. actions in different theaters into a single narrative about American power.
Do you think you and Putin and on the phone, of course, and then Zelensky at Mar-a-Lago, you told me that
numerous times.
You told me that your New Year's resolution was peace on earth. Do you think that 2026, if you could set a deadline of when the Russia-Ukraine war...
I don't do deadlines, but I would say that, like as an example, Thailand and Cambodia.
Well,
I was very proud of that. Wait a minute. And they started up again and they got it solved.
Where does it
I give myself 1/4 of a point for that. So now I'm 8 1/4 points because they started up Thailand and Cambodia and now it's okay.
So where does it actually stand between Russia
I think
and
we'll have a
Ukraine
deal at some point, hopefully in the not too distant. So I don't know if you saw the numbers just came out. 30,000 soldiers were killed this current month.
And there was that intelligence.
30,000. 27,000 the month before.
Have you and Senator Graham discussed additional Russia sanctions?
We discuss it all the time. There's nothing else I talk to him. I don't consider him very exciting to talk to, except when we're talking about legislation. And we talk about legislation all the time. You think that's an exciting relationship? It's not. But we talk a lot about legislation, and we have great legislation coming. You want to tell them?
So the tariff bill, so here's what I believe. I don't think we could have secured the border without the threat of tariffs. I don't think we'd have a European trade deal without the threat of tariffs. So if you want to end this conflict, then put pressure on Putin's customers. He sanctioned the 2 largest oil companies in Russia, which is the biggest pressure anybody's put on Putin since the war started. But we have 85 co-sponsors to give this president...
It's hurting Russia very bad, the sanctions.
Oh, yeah. So this bill would allow...
And India also is pulling
Yes, sir. So he put a 25% tariff on India for buying Russian oil. I was at the Indian ambassador's house about a month ago, and all he wanted to talk about is how they're buying less Russian oil. Would you tell the president to relieve the tariff? This stuff works. So I'm hoping we'll bring the bill up, and it's from 0 to 500. He picks the number, nobody else does. But if you're buying cheap Russian oil, keeping Putin's war machine going, we're trying to give the president the ability to make that a hard choice by tariffs. I really do believe that what he did with India is the chief reason India is now buying substantially less Russian oil. So I hope we pass this bill soon. And after this,
they wanted to make me happy, basically. He wanted to. Modi's a very good man.
Yes.
He's a good guy. He knew I was not happy, and it was important to make me happy. They do trade,
Yeah.
and we can raise tariffs on them very quickly, and it would be
People are
very
afraid
bad
of that.
for them.